Hi everyone, and welcome to a new video of Barcelona with Marta. My name is Marta and I'm a born and raised Barcelonesa, and today we will be exploring a new neighborhood. In this case, we will be exploring the neighborhood of SARRIà. This is an area located in the upper part of the city, and even though not a lot of tourists visit it, you will see that it's full of hidden gems and good food spots. SARRIà used to be a small village just outside the city, and even though it's now one of the most exclusive areas in Barcelona, it has kept that cozy local charm with its small streets and beautiful houses. So today we're going to explore SARRIà together, and I'm going to show you those places that you shouldn't miss if you are in the area. And remember, if you would like to explore this area or any other part of Barcelona with me, you can also hire me as your guide. I will leave the link in the description below. First of all, to get to SARRIà, you will probably need to use public transport, as it's a bit further from the city center, in the northern part of Barcelona. I came here using the Ferrocarrils, which is a different company than the metro, but the good news is that since everything is interconnected, you can travel to SARRIà using the same travel card. A fun fact is that this line actually comes from the old Tren de SARRIà, Barcelona's first suburban railway, which started operating in the early 20th century. Nowadays, it connects the city with other places such as Terrassa and Sabadell. So our tour today starts here at the station of SARRIà, and right in front of it we already have a beautiful house which is called Casa Orlandai. Casa Orlandai, it's a beautiful 19th century building that was originally a private mansion, which is why it still features elegant details like a grand staircase and stained glass windows. Today it's a cultural center with plenty of activities and exhibitions for locals, as well as a lovely cafe. Now we are entering the area, and as you can see, the layout of the streets and the houses still reflect the time when this used to be a small village. In fact, many Barcelonians used to have summer houses here, which shows how far SARRIà used to be from Barcelona back then. These houses on Carrer de Canet were actually built for the farm workers of Can Canet, and I've read that they've survived thanks to the local community's efforts. Right now we are at Plaza de San Vicente de Sarrià, which is one of my favorites here in this neighborhood. And in here you can already see that we are indeed in the upper part of the city, since they have an oyster bar. Right now it's not open yet, but yes, if you are an oyster fan, this just might be your place to go. Now we have arrived to Carrer Major de Sarrià, which literally translates to Main Street. Back when SARRIà was still a village, this was the main street, and today it's still the heart of the neighborhood with plenty of shops and local life. Over here we have Bar Tomàs, a true institution here in SARRIà. This bar is especially famous for its patatas bravas, those delicious spicy potatoes we love to eat as a tapa. And people come from all over the city just to try them, as they are considered some of the best in Barcelona. So really, it's almost impossible to visit SARRIà without stopping at Bar Tomàs for a portion of bravas. Another place you shouldn't miss when you're in the area is this bakery, Foix de Sarrià. Founded in 1886, it's a true neighborhood legend and the perfect spot if you love desserts and want to try something really special. At the moment, they are selling all kinds of Easter chocolate eggs and decorations for the Mona de Pascua. That's a cake that we typically eat with Easter here in Catalonia, and we decorate it with chocolates. And the best way to do that is with a beautiful decoration. These cakes are normally for the children of the house, but of course everybody enjoys those. So yeah, that's why at the moment they have all this in here. And it smells delicious, by the way, with all the chocolate. Now we will continue our walk along Carrer Major de Sarrià, which is a street full of shops, restaurants and cafes, as you can see. And believe it or not, this is also one of the most expensive areas to live in Barcelona. Here you can already see some of the prices of the area. So for instance, in here we have an apartment to sell, 4-bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms, and it costs over 900,000 euro. And over here we have a loft, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 38 square meters. And it's on rent for 1,100 euro a month. So that's what we are dealing with in this area in Barcelona. Also, when you're on Carrer Major de Sarrià, don't miss Passatge de Mallofré. It's a small passage and a very charming spot located just off the main street. Now we've arrived to the Plaza de la Vila, and the building behind me used to house the village council, but today it's the headquarters of the district. A fun fact is that despite opposition from the locals, Sarrià was annexed to Barcelona in 1921, becoming the last village in the Barcelona area to join the city. This right here is the main church of Sarrià. It actually existed before the town itself, back when this Barcelona neighborhood was just land owned by the Lord of Sarrià. The current building dates from the 18th century, but its origins go all the way back to the 10th century. And next to this church, you will find the library of the neighborhood. There's a bakery shop and a flower shop. And there's also, of course, the market, which is where we are now heading to. The Mercat de Sarrià is the market where the locals come to do their shopping. The history of this market goes back to 1900s, though the building we see today was finished in 1910. Inside, as you can see, is packed with stalls selling all kinds of fresh produce. Behind the market, there's another hidden gem called Plaza de San Galleta. Also known as El Raconet, the little corner, this square is a romantic, super tucked away spot. As you can see, this neighborhood is full of charming spots, and honestly, you will hardly find any tourists here. By the way, if you are liking the video so far, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe to the channel so that I can keep making more videos like this for you. Continuing our walk in Sarrià, we have now reached Carrer d'Ajuda, which is interesting because it has a modernist house designed by the prolific architect Enric Sagnier in 1897, as well as another house featuring a painting of a trowel, a tribute to a trade that was very common in Sarrià. By the way, look at all the plants in this street. I love these details. I love it when the neighbors do these things. Another stunning house from another important architect is this one, Casa Sastre i Marquès, a modernist house built by Puig i Cadafalch in 1905 and named after its owner, a famous pharmacist. Next on the tour are the parks of the Villa Cecilia and Villa Amelia, two gorgeous green spaces that used to be the houses and gardens of rich people but now are public spaces. In this building there's a cultural center, and on this side they have an area for the children to play, which is pretty cool because I see that they have a mud kitchen, plants and other toys that they can get here. And I assume that they can play for free when it's open. This is how it looks from the inside. It's full of toys, they have books, they have space for the small children to play, and these are the opening times. I know I've said this more often in my videos, but just in case you haven't seen those, this tap water is totally safe here in Barcelona, and in most of the parks you will find fountains like this one where you can fill up your bottle. So as you can see, these two parks are separated by one street because they used to belong to two separate families, and now I've just crossed the street, so I am going to enter the other park, which is the Jardins de la Villa Amelia. By the way, you can already see that spring is coming because lots of trees are already in bloom. There are many flowers in all around the city, which I love. This is the main playground area, and as you can see, they have an area for every child, for all the different ages. So if you are visiting with children, you might want to make a stop in here. And next to the park, there's this other famous place here in Sarrià, which is Café Dole. This bar is famous for its sandwiches and is the perfect place for breakfast or a quick bite. They are open daily from 6 a.m. until 4 p.m., but now they are already closing. Before we finish today's tour, I would like to show you one hidden gem which has to do with Gaudí, and it's hidden right here in Sarrià. It's a lesser known work by Gaudí which is called Portal Miralles, and it used to be the gate and entrance to Casa Miralles. The gate was commissioned in 1901 by the industrialist Hermenegildo Miralles. Today, part of the original wall has been preserved. There's also a life-size statue of Gaudí here, making it the perfect spot to snap a photo with the artist himself. And this is therefore the best spot in the city to take a selfie with the artist. Today we will finish the tour in the shopping center Ille Diagonal, which is a very popular shopping center, especially among the upper crowd of this area. And if you like shopping, then this is also a great place to finish the tour. So that was it for today's video. I hope that you liked it and that it was useful. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a video of another area here in Barcelona. Remember that on both this channel and my website you have plenty of information, tips and itineraries that you can do in Barcelona. And if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel so that I can keep showing you the very best of Barcelona. Bye bye! Adios!